So this is making no sense to me at all about how I'm feeling right now. It's been about 24 hours since finding out that I might be trialing this potential cure in 3 or 4 months in August, and at first it was just surreal, and it was I was excited because it's what I've always dreamed about. What it didn't even seem possible. It was just some fantasy. It's just something that I couldn't even fully imagine, and I guess right now that's the only feeling that I can understand right now is fear, and so it's so scary to me to think about that it's the only thing I can compare it to is like feeling like I'm dying, which I've experienced before. It really makes no sense. So I've thought about it a lot last night. Couldn't really sleep. I was just trying to figure this whole thing out. But like I was saying, the thing is like dying because it's so hard to imagine what being normal is like, that it's kind of like dying. It's complete darkness and unknown to me, just because I've never ever been normal, and so my whole life has been built around my disease, and everything I've known, the way I think, the way I walk, the way I breathe, the way I sleep or don't sleep, the way I look at things, the way I talk to people. It's all because of my disease. So I don't know how I'm gonna adjust, or what life is even gonna be like. I don't even have a point of reference to understand what normal or what other people go through, and that's the other scary part. Um, that that wanting to be cured, to be normal. A big part of it was so I could do what other people do, what other people, just be a part of life that everybody else experiences. But as Dr. House from the show House said to a patient that just an episode I saw recently, he said to a surgery patient, your surgery will take away, will change how you look, but it's not going to change the kind of, it's not going to change what your disease has made you. All the experiences, everything that has made me who I am, being cured, I don't think that's gonna change my personality and how I perceive things, just because it's hardwired in my brain. It's how I've learned to do things. It's just I'm just grown around to be like that, and so I don't really see what my future is going to be like being cured. I can't even imagine it, and that's really scary. It's so, it's so scary because it feels like I'm dying, which in a sense my old self, you know this this way of life, this person that I've always been, it's not going to be anymore. Um, it's just a really hard to describe, unreal, confused feeling that I'm going through right now. I don't know what I'm gonna do, how if I'm gonna fit in at all, if all those hopes and dreams of becoming normal is actually possible for me, actually real ever, or is just something that I imagine to keep myself going. And so I guess like in a way I don't necessarily, obviously I want to be well so I can, you know, to escape all the pain, constantly being in pain, walking in pain, not ever sleeping, not eating, being starving all the time, and starving all the time, having a lot of self-discipline, not being free to do what I want to do. But like you said, I don't know if that's even possible, just because I'm already hardwired to think and be that way all the time. It's 24/7. I've never had a break. I've always been in crisis mode. So it's from one crisis to another, like managing 10 crises, 10 emergencies at the same time. And when I interact with people now, I'm a lot better. Interact with people now, I can't relate to anybody. I don't, normal life, that what I thought I wanted, what I thought I'd envied. As in the last couple years, I found out it's too low intensity for me. I don't know if that's good or bad. It's just since the moment I was born, I was going from one crisis to another. Always about life or death situations, and constantly in pain, and being overstimulated by all my pains, and noticing everything that's going on around me to protect myself. And I mean, that kind of intensity, there's nothing like that in the real world that I imagine myself going to after this cure. It's just another world that I don't know if I'm suited for it, if I'll fit into that. Um, I don't know what will match the experiences that I've had to keep me going. It's just everything seems dull and not important enough if it's not life or death situations, or doing something really important. I don't know what that is anymore.